What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with a little bit of commentary about Destiny. We're going to be talking about Bungie's weekly update that came out on Thursday, or their This Week at Bungie, whatever they're calling it now, where they actually finally announced there's going to be some new content coming into Destiny with Update 2.2. It's going to be coming out on April 12th. Now, real quick, just to let you guys know what this update is going to consist of. They claim there's going to be new PvE challenges, new and updated gear, a new quest featuring a blighted chalice strike, which we'll get into a little bit more here in a minute, increased max light level, increased rewards, sandbox and crucible updates, and more. So, interesting to see what they're going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks. They're going to be having a Twitch channel review in the next few weeks, just to kind of show some of these features, just like they did for House of Wolves, just like they did for Taken King. Now, of course, the Destiny YouTubers are foaming at the mouth over this news and telling you about how great it is and how Destiny is going to be awesome again. It's so funny how they had all gravitated to the Division as soon as this update dropped. Now they're all just crazy about Destiny again. So just pretty funny how that works out. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about is this is probably some good news for you if you still play Destiny, because this is actually going to be a free update. It's going to be a free content update if you have purchased the Taken King, of course. If you don't, you're still pretty much screwed and probably aren't even, quit playing Destiny a long time ago. But the bigger question here is, should you get excited for this content update? I know it's really hard to complain because it's free. I mean, that's really tough to do. But given the lackluster amount of content that Destiny has in it to begin with and that we've seen in the past, it really is kind of tough to get excited for this. And despite this, I'm seeing a lot of the Destiny streamers and YouTubers getting really, really hyped and trying to hype people up. They're acting like this is going to be some huge expansion, sort of similar to the Taken King or something we got with Dark Below or House of Wolves, which that brings me to my main point about this. This is Bungie, and we have to continue to pay attention to the track record. If you ignore history, you're kind of doomed to repeat it, as the saying goes. And we know the history with past updates for Destiny, especially when it comes to DLC and adding content into the game. Now, take a look at Dark Below and House of Wolves, which most people will agree those were not $20 expansions. They were barely that. They just did not add enough to the game to keep people interested in playing for a long time. Now, the Taken King came out, and of course it was the $40 expansion, or $60 if you bought the Legendary Edition if you didn't have the game. And while the Taken King was actually, I'll give them credit, was a fairly decent expansion, it wasn't a $40 expansion. It definitely wasn't almost worth buying a whole entire new game. And that was really kind of been the story with Destiny so far. Everything that does come out is pretty lackluster, even the paid content. So that's why I'm really saying, guys, you need to really relax and temper your expectations if you still play Destiny, because this is a free update. They're not charging you for it, and really the only significant thing I saw on that list that they're doing is raising the light level, which means you're going to have to chase gear all over again, and they're adding in a new strike. Now, here's the fun part about the new strike. It's going to be on the moon. And they're calling it the blighted chalice or whatever. So a lot of people are speculating it's going to have something to do with the chalice that you used in the Crota raid. But someone has already data mined this, and they were putting some stuff on Reddit the other night where they said this new strike is apparently in the Hellmouth. So I honestly would not be surprised if they're just going to reskin and relay out the Fogoth strike on the moon, the summoning pits. So don't be shocked if that happens, because as we've seen in the actual expansions you had to pay money for, all they really did was reskin gear. They reskinned enemies. They made you run through. I mean, it was really hilarious because in Dark Below, it's like you were playing through the same areas you were before. And then it's like when House of Wolves came out, they're like, okay, you're playing in the same areas, but you're going through them backwards, so it's new content. And so if you think about how lazy they were with some of the actual expansions that you paid real money for, how do you think they're going to do on an expansion that's free or a content update that's free? So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Keep your expectations low, although it is a free update. So like I said, I guess that's good. But I'm one of those few people who remember back in the day when Destiny first came out. And one of their very first weekly updates and some of their Twitter things and whatever, where they talked about how they were going to update Destiny for free on a daily and monthly basis. How they were going to put all kinds of content back in the game. There's going to be stuff there doing weekly events and all kinds of stuff. It wasn't just going to be this Iron Banner once a month and Trials of Osiris stuff all the time. They were actually going to be more like an MMO type game and update the game a lot, like very often. And we know that never came to fruition. So I like, I actually do like the fact they're going to be doing a free content update for Destiny, even though I don't really, play Destiny anymore. It might be interesting to see how this game brings people back, but I think you're going to have the same problem, and it's going to be, they're offering this free update, but it's probably not going to be a whole lot of content that's very new. There's probably going to be a lot of reskins. There's speculation the Prison of Elders is going to be updated, which I actually think that would be a good thing. The Prison of Elders had a little bit of replay value, but they've got to make the reward system worth it. They've got to really make some big changes to that and make people feel like they're getting value back for their time. One of the reasons I really didn't like Destiny at all is you just play and play and play, and you never get what you're after, unless you're very lucky. Whereas you can go play other games. Like, one of the reasons I'm enjoying Warframe, if there's something specific I want, I go out and grind for it, and I get the parts for it, I make it, and I get what I want. Destiny, you grind and grind and grind, and you may never get it. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think about the new content update coming for Destiny, if you think it's going to be good or if you think it's just going to be more of the same from Bungie. Would love to hear your thoughts. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you again next time.
Is that the last of them?
Affirmative. All clear.